So hi, I'm Dan. I'm here with Chris, my cousin. We have Magna Carter. We're about to start talking about some sports topics and go over some daily news. Some crazy stuff happened this week. Some crazy gossip, some rumors. Also, some crazy games just happened. We're on Sunday afternoon, 4:58 p.m. and we're
Yes,
about to
sir.
do it right now.
Let's get to it, man.
What up, my boy?
What you Not much, man. How you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm feeling good. Eagles looking good. So I'm happy right now. You feel me?
I feel you. I feel you. I was watching a little bit of the Eagles game earlier. Checking in on my boy Devontae Smith,
Yeah.
fantasy stud. But yeah, man, you guys just look really good overall. Normally, I'll find any reason to hate on the Eagles, but I got to give it to y'all so far. At least in the first half of each of the games so far, y'all guys look really dominant. So
Yeah.
I mean, I know you and Rich have predicted Super Bowl runs before the season, so I know you're feeling pretty good so far.
Yeah, I think that like the first half offense is really good. The defense stepped up. But second half, I don't know, they like just let the foot off the gas and it's just like it scares me so much. So it's just like I feel like they haven't put together a complete game yet. And it's with 3 games in now, 3-0, but they still haven't put together a complete game, like through and through. Like,
Mm-hmm.
but so I feel like they still have a lot of room to improve, honestly. And I was betting on Jalen Hurts. I was like, this is a make or break a year. Hey, he's showing out right now. So Josh Allen just lost. Josh Allen just lost right now. So I think he might be the favorite to get MVP. So who knows?
Yeah. So far, yeah, we had to say it right now. He would definitely be up there. Top three at least, if not one. Um, but yeah, it can definitely be twofold. I feel like you got that confidence in your team, but you want them to see them perform for that full game. So I definitely feel you on that. But um, I mean, all around, they were sacking the quarterback left and right. Carson Wentz, former Eagle quarterback.
That's
Looked
what
like there
makes
was
it
there
even,
was.
that's what makes it even better. It's against Wentz, man.
Yeah,
The thing is, I still believe Wentz is good. Like I never felt like he was ever bad. I just thought that he had really bad decision making. Really, sometimes like he'll force the ball. Like I think arm talent wise, I think he has way better arm talent than Jalen Hurts. But
that's that's the thing about these quarterbacks, that are supremely, naturally talented. A lot of the times, their decision making, like you mentioned, it's not always there. So,
yeah,
he just gotta figure that out. Like you mentioned, he has, all the tools in the world. Washington's got a couple weapons, he gotta step it up and do what he need to do to get those wins.
that's the thing. I'm not. I would never hate on him. Just I wish him the best, but at the same time, I enjoy him losing. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, y'all look like y'all had a lot of fun today, man. That was fun to watch. Being from that area, growing up, at least. I'm not an Eagles fan, but when they are good, I kind of deep down, I still cheer for them a little bit. So
Yeah.
we'll be tracking them as they go along. Another early story. You mentioned Buffalo and Miami. Another really exciting game. Josh Allen, man, another supremely talented guy. He was just slinging it all over today. Miami's defense looked pretty tough, though. What you thought about that game?
I think it was good. It was a good thing down to the wire, and like Tua's really showing out. He got injured and he came back, so that's a good sign. Like he's proven his Dallas wrong for right now. It came down to the wire, and then like I think Josh Allen just messed up the whole clock. They had like 5 seconds to clock a ball. They couldn't get it down, so that was a good like match, good battle. So it's a good thing to watch because they're gonna play another game and they in the same division, so they're gonna keep going at it.
Mm. Yeah, that was definitely a good early season matchup. A lot of divisional matchups. It looks like today. Um, yeah, Tua, man, I gotta give him some credit. I wasn't expecting too much from him, even though Tyreek Hill, was hyping him up all season.
Yeah.
But so far he looks good. He's getting the ball to those weapons. So we'll definitely track what's going on with them as well. I was watching Baltimore, not to keep skipping around, but Baltimore and New England as well.
Yeah.
Man, Baltimore look like they're gonna have to sign a check this off season, man.
Part of the real one, man. Lamar's the real deal, so it's just like weird to me to see like he didn't have like a contract dispute, man. Especially when other cats is getting the money, man. I
It was right. It's just so weird to see that, man. I don't know what the Baltimore ownership was really thinking on that one. They since he's been there, he's been a model citizen quarterback. Obviously what he's done on the field, former MVP. And he just continues to get better and better each year. And what he does naturally when two guys are coming at him untouched, and he's just it looks like they're not even playing on the same field in terms of quickness and speed and his escapability, man. And now the passing numbers are starting to go up, the passing efficiency. So he might be looking at a $300 million deal when it's all said and done. So
it's nuts to me that because Kyler got paid, so it's like, what's going on right there? You know what I'm saying? Like Kyler ain't win nothing. You got Lamar just sitting there chilling. I mean, I guess like a lot of people, like ownership wise, they doubt the whole like, because he wants a fully guaranteed contract, and he's also like a running quarterback, and it's
right.
It comes with injuries, but at the same time, like he's been your best QB in a long time, so it's just like
right. He's basically been their whole franchise since he's been there. I know they're always known for defense, but since he's been there, it's been pretty much the Lamar Jackson show. Other than now tight end Mark Andrews emerging, he's pretty much been the star of the team. And yeah, I don't know how they let him get out of this summer without signing a contract extension. Whatever it is, if he signs, fully guaranteed or just the most guaranteed ever, they're going to be paying, in my opinion. Unless he, decides to take his talents elsewhere.
Crazy, man. They better around, let that boy go.
Yeah, it could be scary.
The next boss even could be.
Yeah, man.
The good thing was the what you call the Chiefs, the Colts beat the Chiefs. I was surprised because the Colts was. I'm not going to sugarcoat. The Colts is trash. I be telling my boy, the Colts. Right. Like, y'all trash. Like, y'all went 0-1, like tied with the Texans. Like, come on now, not good. But they just shocked Mahomes right now. So at any given Sunday, like people could just lose. So you never really know. But I wouldn't like read too much into it. But it's kind of a shocker at the same time.
Right. Definitely early on in the season, man. Like you just mentioned, there isn't really that one or couple teams that really has stood out. It's kind of a lot of parity going on in the NFL, other than the Eagles, who are still 3-0, like we talked about. But it's good to see, a lot of competitive games in these first couple of weeks. Couple ties, a couple going right down to the wire, last second field goal. So it's going to be interesting to see who kind of separates themselves over the next couple of weeks, man.
Yeah, it's crazy because we might be the only 3-0 team left after this week. It's only might only be the Giants left. I don't know. Just Eagles and Giants left. I think so. So that'd be crazy to see.
Right.
Who do you expect to win that Cowboys Giants game?
Oh man. My former Giants, I don't see them. They haven't been doing too good in primetime games over the last couple of years. I know they're 2-0 right now, but I hate to do it again. I'm gonna go with the Cowboys on this one, man. Cooper Rush looked pretty good last week, replacing Dak Prescott. So I think they're gonna keep it going and get the Giants out of there, man. What do you think?
The thing is, I want the Giants to lose because I just want that whole 3-0 thing to not happen because I got a lot of Giants friends and they're gonna talk trash to me. So I just know it. So I just want that to end, get that over with, so they can calm down and get humble again. If Cooper Rush does win though, like it does bring up the conversation. I saw people talking about it. Like, oh, do you stay with the hot hand if Dak comes back? He comes back week 6.
Where you going?
That's the crazy part. So I don't know, like, because they were saying like how Jerry would welcome like a quarterback controversy, even though you paid the man like $60 million or something like that, some crazy amount. So it's just like, interesting to see right there. The offense still like does good on the home. I don't know.
Potential QB controversy down in Dallas.
That'd be
We'll
crazy.
see.
That'd be crazy. Bro.
That would be hilarious because yeah, like you said, they just paid, Dak. He's supposed to be the man. Everybody thought he would be, but you're always one play away in the NFL. And we'll see if Cooper Rush is going to be standing in there once that comes back. But some of the later games going on, we got Tampa Bay and Green Bay right now. Pretty big matchup. Tom Brady versus Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Looks like Green Bay's up 7-3 right now in the second quarter. How you see that game coming down?
Brady has no weapons right now. Evans out. Julio's out. Godwin's down. That's the
Shout
tough.
out to Mike Evans, man. Shout out to Mike Evans. I know some people might be criticizing them for getting themselves suspended, but having your teammates back, having the GOATs back, Tom Brady when he needed them, that was fun to see.
That boy's like, Tom Brady, what you want me to do, huh? Nice. I don't blame him.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool to see teammates sticking up for each other like that, even though it costs them a game and a paycheck, which they only get 16 or 17 of them now in the NFL. So that was pretty funny.
With the Packers, like the thing is, the Packers are not their receivers Corey is not that good either. So it's just like it kind of like an even playing field really because Adams is gone. Shout out to Adams on the freaking Raiders and Derek Carr bum. That dude sucks. He's not throwing at Adams. But either way, like I think it's an even playing field right now. It's just two GOAT quarterbacks going at it really to see who can make plays.
Right.
I think it might come down to Aaron Jones in that game. I want them to feed. I have Aaron Jones on my fantasy team, so I want him to feed him regardless. So I think he's gonna be the X factor right there.
For sure. Speaking of fantasy, how's your fantasy squad looking so far?
I'm 2-0 on one team, 1-1 on one team, and then I'm like 0-2, about to be 0-3 in like the other one. Yeah, it's crazy because like 0-3 team, I think that was the better team I drafted. And for some reason, like they're not putting up points. I don't know what's going on. Man. That's the worst part, man.
I feel you, man. You just never know with fantasy football. It seems like unless you like one of those gurus or something like that can just pull.
People always act like, they know what they doing. Like you don't know. Like someone can get hurt. Someone can just not have a good year. Someone just don't do anything. So like people act like like, you can be a fantasy guru. I think it's a scam. It's low key a scam to be acting like you're a fantasy guru because it's kind of like predicting the weather. Like you don't really know what's gonna happen. You don't know who's gonna go off or not. Like people probably thought Justin Jefferson was gonna go off on us. Shut down. Come on now. Like you never know. So that's a good thing.
Yeah. It's fun. It's fun to get into until you start losing money every year.
So far, like
I'm looking at an 0-3 start right now too. Unless some players step up this afternoon in my money league.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's a couple. I got Cooper Kupp, Brady, Gerald Everett from the Chargers too. So hopefully they give me a couple points. I'm down like 20 right now, but we can still make a comeback.
Yeah, hopefully.
But you just mentioned scams too, man. It's been some big stories, this week from NFL to NBA. One more thing about the NFL, maybe would be you heard about the Brett Favre story, right?
Yeah, stealing from wealthy. Yeah, I saw that fraud. But the thing is, a lot of the news stations aren't talking about it. Everyone's focused on the NBA story, who is Ime Udoka. And that's just kind of funny to see, Like, because one is just a scandalous story, and one is like major fraud. So it's like everyone's focused on like the scandalous one, but this guy's really fraud, like,
Right.
It's kind of interesting to see, like all the sports channels are going crazy about Ema, but rightfully so. But everyone's like throwing like, oh yeah, and by the way, Brett Favre had welfare fraud, but it's like, come on now, that's probably way more important than what's going on.
Yeah, you would think, right? I mean, in one case, Brett Favre is alleged, of misappropriating up to $5 million in funds.
Yeah.
So you would think that would be, like you said, a bigger story than, possible, relationship issues or whatever the case is with Ime Udoka. But for whatever, yeah, like I haven't seen it covered too much. I was just looking on Twitter before we got on, and that kind of reminded me of the story. But other than that, like I haven't heard much about it.
Yeah. It's crazy.
We'll definitely wait on further details on that. Haven't seen them in any Wrangler commercials in a while either. So
They pulled that
maybe that's
quick.
what.
They pulled that quick. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's get into the email stuff honestly, because we don't really have much on the Bear Five stuff, but a lot of like the email stuff is leaking now, and it's like
Right.
people are saying it's a lot worse than what was originally reported. It was saying it's consensual at first, but now they're saying like, oh, it was unwanted advances or comment. But now that people are saying like it was someone else's wife, not just a regular staffer, so like that may be the reason why he got like a whole year because it's someone's wife that may have been important or higher up.
Okay. Yeah, this story is just, yeah, it just sounds ugly, from all the details that are coming out now. We still don't have the full story.
Mhm.
But yeah, everything that's coming out of there, it just sounds nasty. It sounds like the Celtics knew about it. He was a highly successful coach, obviously in his first season. Um, and you just never expected something like this to come out where he's suspended for his full second season after a finals run. Is just crazy. And they got their I think they got their media day tomorrow or sometime this week, so I'm sure we'll get a lot of the players, or we'll get asked about the questions. How far they go into detail will be up to them. But we definitely just going to keep looking at this for sure, because more details do seem to be coming out by the minute. So
Yeah. I think that's crazy though, like, because I think a lot of it had to do with the Sarver guy, the Suns, because a lot of people were like, oh, like he had the whole like misconduct thing going on, so I think it might be like a carryover, like, oh, this guy just got like a year, but honestly, I didn't think Email was gonna get a year, but I think it's just like out of like not retaliation, but like a reaction. It's like a reactionary kind of thing, like kind of like how like Rudy Gobert got like 6 picks. So like, oh, they want 6 picks down eventual kind of thing. Kind of because like everything in like the NBA is like just reactionary.
right.
So you gotta like weigh in on how it is.
Yeah, it definitely seemed like they were trying to, send a message to all the higher ups that, they're not above whatever rules they have set. Um, yeah, man, it's been a crazy week. Like you mentioned, the Robert Sarver story. We were just hearing about that when the Ime stuff dropped.
Mm,
Another crazy story out of the Phoenix Suns, and I guess now he's apparently going to sell both his franchises, the Suns and the Mercury. So a lot is going on there. What do you think about that a little bit?
I think it's probably the right move. I didn't really like read much into it, but I did see a lot of misconduct was going down, and like a former NBA player was saying that he felt like he was racially profiled while he was there, so it caused up a lot of concern. So that probably what sparked the whole investigation. But if there's foul play, like just get out of there, honestly, because you're not going to be favored. You're never going to be favored. You're losing sponsors. So it's a lot of times corporate and CEOs, like the best thing is to step down and have someone else replace you. But in this situation, you're the owner. So like you might as well just sell the team. Like if the players don't want you there, like if your own like owner, because all the owners, like they all like vote and stuff, they all don't want you there. It's kind of like you might as well just get up out of there because people are not going to work with stuff like that. So
It's crazy to see, and it's definitely just a reminder to self sometimes too. Like you seeing these guys in such high power, and they just it seems like they just throw it all away for like a minimal thing. Like Robert Sarver, if you just control yourself, nobody's doing anything to you. You just bring it upon yourself. You will still have your franchise. You will still have your name in good standing. Same thing with Ime Udoka. He was a journeyman as an NBA player. He rose as an assistant, and then eventually having success as a coach. And that you just hate to see him, Again, we don't know all. I don't know all the details, but it seems like kind of just give some of it away just for no reason at all. Like just
Yeah.
doing it to yourself is just definitely a reminder and kind of just crazy to see, man, that these guys so high up just do it for nothing,
I
give it
know,
away for
right?
nothing.
They do stuff, man. But hey,
Um,
at least it's not my franchise, man.
right. Speaking of, man, let's give a little, with NBA is right around the corner, man. September is speeding through. Before we know, we media days are coming up this week, and then before you know, we'll be into some preseason or regular season. So, just wanted to again get your take on the Miami Heat coming up, and what you think you guys will look like this year.
I think the Heat will still be good. They'll still be consistent as they were. I think a lot of it comes down to injuries. That's been a lot of our downfall every year. Like we get to the mountaintop and then like we's always injured. Like by the time we get there, so
That one or two key people that go down too is never like.
yeah, every year. So what we probably should do is focus on like a lot of resting this season. Honestly, let the young talent play. And I don't know. I haven't heard like a lot of like news of like what they plan on doing because we still don't need like a starting four, but also like Hero wants to start. So I say, I don't know, whatever. Give him the chance to start. Let's see how it goes. We start. I think that we should start off big. Honestly, have a my boy Bam as well as Yurt seven. So have a big front. So this guy Yurt is like 7'3". So it's like yo, need him for the rebound. So I think I think we either start off with that or we got go with our rookie Jovic, who's like a 7 foot power forward who can like handle the ball and shoot. So, but the only thing is he has a small frame. I don't really know if he can really handle defensively. So it's a lot to see. It's gonna be an interesting group. PJ Tucker left us, so we might lose some of that defensive tenacity. But at the same time, we still got like Jimmy on there. He's a dog. So Jimmy's probably gonna will us to at least like 40, 50 games. So just alone. And then you got Hero who's just a spark plug. So it'll be interesting to see. I think we should be around like third, fourth speed, maybe. I think that
Big booty Kyle.
he lost a lot of weight, so that'll be interesting to see. And then like, yeah,
Okay.
as a whole email thing going down, like that's probably a potential wrench in the whole system. They might drop honestly, and then Nets look good. They look really good on paper. If they can put it all together, they might be a very scary seed. And I don't really care much about the Bucks or whatever. So like I say right there. What about you? What about your Lakers?
Yeah. Oh man, it's been a long and short off season. It seems like for the Lakers. Coming off missing the playoffs, hiring a new coach, Darvin Ham. Some of the new pieces that we were able to acquire, some younger pieces, not really household names, guys, but guys that I think that will definitely just help us a lot defensively. Juan Scott Anderson from the Warriors, Lonnie Walker picking up Patrick Beverly in that trade. So I'm hoping they just give us some energy, definitely some defense, because we gave up a lot of points last year. LeBron going into year 20, coming off second in the league in scoring is just still a machine. We definitely gonna need another big season from him. I'm looking for him to kind of go back to that role if AD stays healthy. The role that he had with the championship team, where he was a lot more of a facilitator, averaging 10 assists or whatever it was. So I think that'll just help him, conserve a little bit, hopefully for the end of the season. Again, I mentioned Anthony Davis, probably the number one factor for us. Can he return to that championship form where he was able to, play in 60 plus games, be dominant scoring, 25, 26 a game with 10 rebounds, dominant on the defensive end. So I really think it'll come down to, how dominant Anthony Davis is. And then with Russ coming back, I know there's a lot of trade rumors about him. One point I thought we all thought there was a deal done for him and for Kyrie to come over, but bringing Russ back, I think another season playing along with LeBron and AD would definitely be better for him. Just having being more comfortable. And then hopefully Darvin Ham could figure out a little bit better role for Russ, a little bit more consistent role as well. And then he just got to, take it on upon himself to just be a little bit more efficient too, I think, as well. And then if all those things come together and we can get, a healthy season for the most part from that big three, Russ, AD, and LeBron, I think will be, again, hopefully fighting for a top 4 seed by the end of the season, man. But the West is always tough, so we'll see. But I feel confident. I feel like the basketball guys are gonna give us some luck here and there, what we haven't the last couple of years. I think we'll turn it around. I think that they'll be a little bit more hungry, and that we'll turn it around. We'll see.
Yeah, facts. I'm interested to see the Russ Pat Beverly dynamic, like getting together, or like, if Russ gets mad, like Beverly's in during like the fourth quarter, like in during like the crunch time hours over him or something like that. Like I think that.
Yeah. That's like the all Black Air Forces backcourt right there. They should hoop that Black Air Force.
Yeah, I know they both competitors and want to win, but like I also know deep down like they still kind of don't like each other at the same, like, you know what I'm saying? Like they can definitely act like we pieced it up, but like I feel like they still don't like each other. Like you don't just be like, all right, we teammates now, let's bear the hatchet.
These guys, yeah, they've been battling for like the better part of a decade now. Back Patrick Beverly was involved in Russell actually getting hurt one time too when he tore his meniscus. So it's for me, it'll be tough to get over some of those moments personally, but NBA, being a business like they always talk about, I'm sure deep down these guys don't really, like you said, care for each other too much, but because they are now on the same team, hopefully, they can turn that around and turn into a positive. And, Patrick Beverly, like he always mentions, he hasn't missed the playoffs and I don't know how many years it is now. So hopefully he can bring some of that good energy and help us turn it around, man, because we need it.
I like to see like the NBA, like I feel like it's wide open. Just like last year, I feel like it was just wide open. So it's like whoever can like squeeze out that ounce of like just better play, better execution is gonna win it all. So I think it's wide open. I'm looking forward to the season, man.
Yeah, for sure, man. Like I said, it's right around the corner now. Like next week, they'll be starting preseason games and stuff. So
yeah,
a lot of changes other than just our teams over the off season. So like you said, it'll definitely be interesting. I got the Lakers in 5 though.
Yeah, we good to see. Oh yeah,
sure.
LeBron going for the title the scoring champ title. So crazy season. Actually, it'll be historic. So yeah, I'm definitely be tuning into a lot more games this season.
Yeah. Got you. Yeah, man. That's all I got. We ain't gonna keep it too long today. You got anything else you want to talk about?
No, I'm good. It's Dan from Magna Carta signing out.
Yes, sir. It's your boy Chris. Magna Carta Sports. We see y'all next time.
Peace.